What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, man, we're getting pretty dang close. I'm going to show you guys how we're going to close in these door jambs up around the dash and around the firewall and all that stuff and get this thing one solid unit. We're getting really close. We got a lot of stuff knocked out in the last video, but in this one, we should have this cab wrapped up and maybe getting that interior and that dash put back in. There won't be much more left after that, just getting that front end in the bed. And man, this son of a gun will be wrapped up. But let's quit talking, get to work. All right, guys, we're dropping in with a quick little update. You can see where we're getting that filled in up there. It's not looking the best right now. I know we're just getting her all tacked in to hold in place. And then after we weld it, I'm going to pull some seam sealer around all these seams too and clean all that up real good. That's what we got going on. That's the gap we've got. That's how she's going to look after we fill her in up top. Oh, dang, I stepped on the damn grinder, almost cut my foot off. Anyway, so the way that I got that, and I've showed you guys before, but for the new guys that don't know, what you want to do, you want to go over to the DG, get yourself some of this poster board. It's like $1 for a piece. I use it all the time. And then you're just going to want to set it up there, you know, and trace out your shape. So what I did to get the contour on this one is actually I took a full board up here and set it up here, and then I just mashed it on this window sill right here, and that kind of gave me a line. And I cut that, and it actually ended up being the same radius of inside here, what I needed to do. So we got it all, get your piece fixed up, make it look good like you're gonna like it. And then you'll transfer that over to some metal and you'll cut it out of metal. Like this right here, we've got this piece. Now she's gonna set up in there. Try to get it up in there good enough to show you guys on video. See, it's gonna be like that. We got to weld in just like we've done that one over there. And this bends down and welds in there. We've got a small little piece we've got to fill in the middle. But yeah, that'll have all that sealed up, man. And again, like I said, we're going to pull seam sealer on everything that we weld. She's looking good, looking good. Okay, well, I'm going to continue on welding. I just wanted to update you guys for a minute. And I'll catch you back up in a little bit. All right, we got that all welded in, looking smooth as eggs. You can see we went ahead and pulled that seam sealer all the way around. Got it nice and clean. She's looking good and sealed in. We just rolled that over to that end right there, just encapped it and welded it in. I've got this taped up because I'm gonna be hitting it with, where did it go? I've got some of that underbed coating, underbed liner stuff. I'm gonna spray right there and kind of give it a, first I'm gonna spray it with some primer. We'll hit it with some primer and then I'll spray it with that underbed coating stuff. Just kind of make it black and blend in right there. And hopefully that'll look pretty good. See, she looks pretty good from up here. Nice, man. Chris, you do such a good job, buddy. Such a good job. Heck yeah, let's go get some lunch. All right, we got Ian out here. He is cleaning up that little scrap pile for us. But I'm interested in riding on this little hood right here, so.
You ready?
Yeah, heck yeah. Ian's gonna give us a little ride. Take it easy, man, I'm old.
You think I can fit it in there?
I hope so. Let's see what happens.
You are?
Yeah, I'm ready, baby, let's go. Oh, God, I'm scared. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, baby, that's smooth as eggs. Yeah, pick up the speed. Oh, whoa, 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 take it easy, man. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, my God, this is another one of my stupid ideas. Oh, my God, dude. That's way too fast, way too fast. Holy crap, dude, that was crazy as hell. You scared the crap out of me. You want to do it?
No,
Are you sure? Yeah. Golly, dude. All right, we need to stop messing around and get back to work. Ian dang near slung me into the telephone pole back there. I know you guys couldn't see that, but you might be able to hear it on the mic. He come flying around that telephone pole, got me sideways, and dang near smashed me into it. Good times, though. Good times. That was fun. Okay, let's get back to work. All right, we have been moving right along. I'm not sure if I showed you guys where I put a little bit of paint on that up there. We're about to put another coat, but we've been making really good progress today, guys. See this right here? See how ugly that looks? All right, let's step over to the driver's side, and I'll show you guys what I've done today. All right, boom. Here is the driver's side. That's what we've got done over here, looking pretty good. Big hole there, nothing I could really do. We actually did get to weld onto a little piece there. I'm not sure if you can see, but there is a little something right there that we got to weld to. and really rusty over here. Just got it the best we could, but for the most part, man, that thing got welded in all the way down. Only a little spot there and a little spot there. We still need to clean that up a little bit. We'll grind, and you can see there's a little bit of like splatter and stuff on it there all the way down. We'll clean that up. But yeah, man, she's looking real good. So all I really did was the same process, man. Used the plat or the poster board inside here, marked it up as tall as I needed to go right there, and then we cut a little strip. Let me get that flashlight out of the way. Cut a little strip to go across the top right here, and then I welded that in, and we just grinded down all that weld, so it's got a nice smooth little angle there. You see that? It's gonna look good. Plus, that's gonna be covered with some carpet too, I think. And then we just welded it to the inside of the car right here, all the way down. So over here, you see that edge that goes all the way down? I just cleaned that up across the top, and that's what we welded to. We've still got to fill in this seam right here. And yeah, man, we've been making really good progress, I think. Once we're all done with this, you'll be able to pull that cab up like normal. You know, I think there's a couple body mounts here and a couple up there for the car. And then you'll be able to lift that thing up with the floorboard and firewall and all. If you needed to lift that cab up off of that chassis, you'll still be able to do that. We're not welding anything to the actual frame. All the welding is going from this cab to that floorboard and firewall, so it's all going to be like one solid unit. But yeah, looking much better than this right here. But that's what you're going to want to do. You can see I ran that plate all the way to that back corner right here. We just fill this whole gap in. Pretty easy process. Where's my poster board? Okay, here's the poster board that I cut out, guys, and you don't have to cut out any weird fancy shape. It's just kind of like a rectangle like this, and it's going to set in behind that, and then I'll just get like a level from my metal and hold it so that way we're the same height here and right there. It's hard to do with this poster board, but yeah, I get the idea, you know what I'm saying? Once you get it to that height right there, then you're just gonna weld in this seam all the way down. See this little hole? That's exactly like it is on the other side. So where we got this little sliver right there, that piece is actually pretty solid. We ground that down and was able to weld across that piece right there. So we'll have a little rotten hole there. But yeah, that's all you're gonna do is just weld across this whole seam right there and get it filled in, and then you'll get a little piece on the top, run your strip across the top, welding to this corner and that edge right there, and it'll make what we have on the other side. Pretty simple. Okay, so I haven't started welding this one in yet. I just wanted to show you guys before I did, if you wanted to use this process to do yours. So like I showed you earlier with that piece of poster board template, I cut it out of metal, and it's just set behind there now. And then you'll set a level, you know, across the top right there, and make sure that this thing is level on the front and the back, or the front and the back, yeah. And then I'll just use some little vice grips and clamp it right there to that lip and up here to hold it in place, and then go around and then just skip some spots and get it welded in. And then we'll come back and we'll do a measurement across the top here. It's like 2 inches here, maybe like 1.5 inches up there. We'll cut that strip, same thing. You'll know that it's level, so we'll set it on top of this, set it on top of that, and we'll weld it to both of these. And that will clean that up real good. Let me show you what it looks like on the other side once we get some paint on it. See, this is one that we got painted up last night. It's looking good. Turned out all right. I think it looks all right. There's many different ways to do that. That's just a simple way that I found to do it real quick. A couple pieces of metal. And then we've got some paint up here too on that where that's all sealed in. And that's looking really good. Nice and tight as a tiger up there. So this side's knocked out. Up here's knocked out. We're about to get that side over there finished up. We'll only have to finish up these two sides. We got to do right here, fill up this little spot here up to there. And then I also like to come around here and fill in this spot here too. We'll have to patch this up right here where I cut too much, but we'll build a little panel right here to fill all that in as well. Dang, I better do a little update with you guys. Before I mess around, I'll have this whole dang truck done. I've just been working away, didn't realize how much I've gotten done, but I better catch y'all up before I get too much of this stuff covered up. So y'all saw where we built these in right here. And then, so this inside part right there, I was telling you we had to seal that up. That's all I did there. Same process like everything else with the cardboard. Measured it, or poster board, welded it in, got the seam sealer and everything, looks really good. Did that on both sides. So that's sealed in there. And then we got this spot here too in the front. Same process. Took the poster board, went through here, filled all that in. Before I filled this in, there was a little gap right there. It kind of opened up to where you could see inside the car. I got a little piece of metal. I think it was about 2 inches there, something like that, by maybe 9 inches. And it slid up in there, and I welded that and sealed all that in there. So that's sealed in. When you close this little area right here is actually like sealed in inside the car in there. And then from there on, I've just got that welded in. Did the same thing on both sides. And we hit that with that that underbed coating stuff. You know, you can see right here. But we got that filled in, looking pretty dang good. And I'm sure you guys already seen in the background, we've got the dash in all the way. Of course, we've still got to fill this right here and make this look pretty when you open up the door and all that, and across the front. You can see where we filled that in with metal up there, which doesn't look terrible, man. Just leaving it like that. You know, sitting down here, it's kind of level with the dash almost, and it's not, you know, some people's is way up dang high, looks really stupid. So that one right there, when you're sitting like this, man, it's pretty level with the dash, and that's going to turn out all right. That's about the best you can make one of these look without it looking really crazy, you know? So yeah, she's coming out pretty good. Again, over here, we've got this one filled in here on this side, and we've got, again, the dashes all the way in. Almost all this wiring is done. We've got it all plugged back in where it went. You can label everything, or everything pretty much just plugs back into itself. Like back there, there's 2 main plugs. One's gray, one's white. The connectors are gray and white, so it's not, you know, you can't plug it into the wrong one. Pretty easy stuff. Steering column's back in, all hooked back up. We got the gauge bezel and all that stuff's back in there, man. Radio, she's all in there, ready to go. We don't have this little cover on yet. I got to put that back on. All right, so our group of wiring on the driver's side that runs to the back, we cut most of that stuff out. All we were going to save was the driver's seat controls and stuff for the seats. But Michael got this bench seat right here we're going to be putting in. So we don't need those controls. So we were able to get rid of that. The only thing we've got running back here, it looks like, is going to go through and come to the fuel stuff and probably the tail lights and all that crap. And then on the passenger side, same thing. We cut out most of those wires. See, like up in here, we've got all of our grounds back in place. We saved this right here. This is going to go to the front speaker, wherever he decides he wants to. There's not really much places, but if he wants to put them in the doors or something, you know, the wires are there to run to the factory radio, his front speakers. Now we travel on back. We come back, and we're going to have a group. Where is it? Right here. This is your back speakers, driver's side and passenger side. They were both coming here. We'll have those thrown back here, and I'll arrange those later as we go for the passenger side and the driver's side. And then what we've got left is this little group that's coming back. It's going to go to our wheel speed sensor on this side, and that plug's going to go to our air ride stuff. So we're going to try to hook all that crap back up. We are just about to, we got everything taped back looking clean. We're about to de-pin these plugs right here. I drilled a hole. We got a little grommet right there. We're going to shove those wires in. You see that? We're going to shove those wires in there. I took a little video of how those wires need to go back in, and we'll plug all that back in, slide it through, get it on through here. We need to do the same thing over there. Drill a hole, put a little grommet, slide those through. And then after that, we just need to fill in this little back part right here with metal, and she's all sealed up, man. This cab will be done. We can start slapping together the front and the bed, and there's not much left after that, man. But look at that dash. I know a lot of you guys don't like that, man. You got to admit, don't look terrible, right? It's looking okay. Most of the times it just don't look good because this thing's way high and it just looks crazy. But got to admit, when you're sitting down here chilling, it don't look bad. The color goes good. This right here is going to look good when I fill that all in. Across the front right here when you're looking in, don't look bad. We're going to pick up that glass tomorrow morning for the front and the back. So we'll set it to the side, and we'll put that in probably last thing whenever we're not doing any welding and grinding. We'll get those slapped in. Well, okay, now that I got y'all caught up on everything, I'm going to set the phone down, and I'm going to keep on taping these wires up. This one's actually pretty easy to de-pin here. Some of them are pretty tough, but this one's all right. All right, we got that one fully depinned. We're going to shove that through the hole. Hopefully, dang man, I hope I made that hole the right size. All right, I'm not going to spit on it or nothing, man. I'm just going to go right in with it and see if we can get them all in. Oh yeah, I think we're going to get them all. It's a little tight, but that's how I like it. Yeah, look at that. And again, I didn't have to spit on that or nothing. It just went right in there. A little dry, but it's all right. The grommet seems to be hanging in there pretty good. All right, we have got that looking nice and tight now. That's going to be hidden under the carpet, you know, like this. It's going to be all smashed down like that. It's all gone through the hole. And then here on the other side, we have zip tied that up all the way down this line. Looking nice and clean. Nice and clean. Coming up, got it all zip tied here, plugged back in, and dang, man, that's looking all right. I like it like that. Looking good. So now we need to do the same thing to the other side. We're going to have to pull that gas tank plug off right there, pull all this stuff back, depin it. Same thing, man. Put a hole, zip it on back through, and then I'll have, I think, pretty much all the wiring done because everything's hooked back up here. We didn't have to unhook anything from the engine, just a couple plugs to get this dash through. I've still got to plug those in. They're up in here somewhere. One goes in right there. And then the rest of the stuff from the back just plugs into our taillights and stuff. So all simple crap, man. We've really about got this thing knocked out, and it hasn't been that hard of a job. It's getting a little dark on us here, but dang, that sky looks nice. Parking lot's looking empty as heck out there with all the trucks gone. Well, okay, that's probably going to wrap it up for me tonight. When we come back in tomorrow, we'll get that part done that I was talking about there earlier. And then from there, we'll pop on. Heck, we might go ahead and throw a carpet in. We'll probably throw a carpet in tomorrow and start cleaning up all these edges. There's a plastic piece that pops here that's going to cover all that. So we've just got to come up with something from here and over across there, which I've already got something in mind for that. I'm loving how this one's turning out, guys. It's looking really cool. It's only been my second one. I think I'm doing all right. Like this part right here, on those parts, man, there's many different ways to do this job. You guys can do it a total different way. Actually, on Lincoln, I did do it a little bit different on that one. This one is different. So either way, it's sealed up. It's welded to it. It's a solid piece. And that thing's going to be good to go. This is going to be a pretty cool truck when it's all done, man. We don't got too much more stuff to do. Oh, yeah, we got to get this bed gas tank strapped up right here. I was just joking about using those straps. We're not going to do that. And someone mentioned about my Molotov gas tank rag hanging out right there. We've almost made it to this stuff back here. We'll get all that finished up. Probably here in the next couple days, we'll jump on that. So, yeah, I guess the plan for tomorrow is going to be putting in the carpet, try to get that seat put in that Michael brought. We're going to have to do some finagling with that thing because, oh, there it is right there. I didn't even know you were here. But, yeah, we're going to have to use the frame for that. I think it was the back seat of an F150 or something. I'm not really sure what he said. Dang, that Mustang sounded really good. Anyway, I really wasn't sure what he said. Dang, that Mustang sounded good too. There was two of them that just went by. That sounded all right. Anyways, again, I wasn't really paying attention to what he said. So now we got to try to make those things work together. A little bit of that frame and where's them other ones hiding? Right there. A little bit of the frame from those. So we're going to try to mingle them a little bit. See if we can't make one seat out of three. I think that, yes, out of three. We'll make one seat out of three and get it in this truck right here. The only thing I'm worried about is those bucket seats that came from the Mercury Grand Marquis kind of sit down in this hump. See how that's humped down right there? They sit down in there, and this new one's kind of low, and it's straight, and I'm afraid this hump right here is going to hit it. So anyways, man, we can build anything. We'll be able to make that thing work. All right, I'm going to quit yapping and head on in for the night, and I'll catch you guys right back here in the same shop tomorrow. Dude, those Mustangs are out there ripping and tearing, man. Hope they come back through. They keep coming down to this little church down here and looping around and riding and raising hell out there. Sounds awesome. Hopefully I'll catch them when they come back through. I've been out here waiting for a few minutes. But while I'm out here hanging out, man, check out Ian's truck. Totaled it yesterday. I was in the shop welding, got a phone call from Kathy, said he was at the scene crying, hurt his arm, and man, he destroyed the other people's vehicle. I know his doesn't look that bad, but he destroyed the other people's vehicle. It's a little dark out here, so y'all can't see good, but blew out his airbag right there, hit him right in the face, man, busted his lip. Poor little guy, messed his arm up pretty good. Didn't break it or anything, just scratched it up and roughed it up pretty good. Says he's hurting this morning, but really didn't do much to his truck, man. They drove it on and off of the tow truck. So we're gonna be rebuilding that thing, man. Let me see if I can get some better lighting around here. That's a little bit better, but it didn't do too much. I mean, for what it did to their vehicle, man, golly, I'll post up a couple pictures and see if I can, let me see if I can find some pictures and I'll post them up of what the other people's vehicle looked like, or Ian's truck there at the scene. But it didn't mess up none of the gaps here on both fenders. Didn't mess up the fenders. Didn't even bust the headlights. So we're going to get a new hood, and the grill is actually attached to the hood on this thing. New bumper, and actually I just looked online, and up in Laverne, there's one that just came in 13 days ago. Looks just like this, same grill and everything. So we're going to run up there tomorrow, hopefully snatch up that whole front end, get everything we need, and we'll have this son of a gun looking smooth as eggs again. However, he's going to have a rebuilt title now, and we got to go through the process of sending all the paperwork to the state and getting that thing branded as a salvage title. But no problem, we've done that before back when we had the car lot. So now Ian is going to be with no truck for a little while and kind of hanging out with Daddy at the shop. Actually, this is what he's cruising in now. We got Ian's going to be cruising in the easy tow for a little bit, just around the parking lot for the next couple months. So, yep. I keep hearing them ride around in the background back there. But I'm getting tired of waiting, so you guys are just going to have to miss it. All right, we are rolling right along, man. We got all this filled up in the back there. Look at that, looking good on both sides. We went ahead and filled up in this little cubby hole too. See up in there how that looks? Because his cab corners were rusted out right there real bad. And even though we sealed all this stuff up here, you could still see light shining through there. Hey, you can see a little hole right there. But you can see light big time shining through there, man. It's like if you drop something back there, it was just going to fall out and hit the dang road. So we went ahead and sealed that up. She's nice and tight as a tiger now, man. Looking real good up in there. This is how she looks around back too. You guys see there? Just filled it in with the metal, and then I taped it off obviously right there and just hit it with that rust barrier stuff to keep that from rusting anymore. But she's looking good, man. Coming along really good. I think we're about to pull this carpet out here. We're gonna pull out that carpet, stretch it out, vacuum it off a little bit, and then we're gonna get some measurements and cut this carpet and get it in place in here. All of our wiring is done. Ran through grommets on both sides there. The only wires we're gonna have up here is our front speakers and our back speakers. Not too bad at all. So about to grab this carpet, drag it out, start getting this thing ready to throw back in there. Dang, this thing is gross. I have to vacuum the heck out of that. All right, let me grab this shop vac and get it set up. It's like a dang soup kitchen. Looks like somebody probably threw up over there. All right, that should be good enough for that. This is our front side here. And I think what I'm gonna do is, man, like we see where the back seat bolts were there, so that'll give us an idea. Those were there and there. And then, so our seat belt, looks like that was a seat belt buckle or something like that. We'll get a measurement from there and over there. Looks like right here is our buckle, so we'll probably measure back, you know. We might end up going maybe 4 or 5 inches right here and just go straight across, cut this chunk out, and we'll be able to set that in there. All right, I'm not sure if y'all could see that, but now you can. We got a black line running right here next to that pile of dog shit. So I guess we're just gonna cut it and see what happens. Stuff cuts pretty easy. We gotta get through this insulation that's on the bottom layer of it. And the carpet was easy. That insulation stuff is tough. All right, that's cut out of there. All right, I guess we're just gonna try to fit it in and see what happens. Got our speaker wires and stuff out of the way. All right, let's drop it in. Seems to be going in pretty good so far. All right, dudes, this side is fitting in perfectly. You can see right there. I don't know, can you see? Yeah, right there's the bolt hole lining up. That one's lining up. We got our stud coming through that one, and the seat belt hole is right there. And yeah, man, that lined up nice and tight. Just kind of smashed that down along that edge. Looking good, dude. Looking good. Let's hop over to the other side and get that one set up. Okay, looks like we're just a little long on this back side here. It's no problem. We'll slice that off a little bit. Yeah, she's laying in there good. That's looking real good, guys. Heck yeah. All right, we got the carpet in, looking pretty good. I don't know if I've already showed you guys that, but we got this little plastic trim piece in there, and that's looking pretty good. We're going to start working on this seat. You know, that seat he brought us? I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to get back to you on that, but I think it's the back seat from an F150 is what I think. Might be an F250, but I'll get back to you on that. Anyway, what I'm going to try to do, you can see what I've got going on here. I just took one of our seats that came from the Grand Marquis, flipped it upside down, and took the base off of it right there. Come off pretty easy, man. There was a couple bolts there in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you had to get into the side right. There was one that came in here, and there was 2 on this side that held the motor to all this stuff right here. And then it just pulled right off like this right here. Just dropped right off, man. Pretty easy. So we're going to flip that one over and take the base off of that one too. And I think that's how we're going to try to start, man. Since those already bolt into this floorboard, we'll get those all bolted into the stock position. And then we'll set the, so these are where it mounted into the floor of the F150. We'll probably just get rid of those. And that seat mounts to this rail. And we'll just fab that rail up onto these somehow, hopefully. We'll see how that goes, man. I think we're probably going to have to chop off this little piece right here that's sticking up, and we'll see. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. And then, so I noticed that this seat was too far forward whenever I set it in place. So all you got to do is get your battery with your little jumper wires and go in here and touch these 2 right here, and that'll move your seat forward and backward. It goes to this middle motor right here. And really, if you wanted to, run you a power wire and a negative wire and a little switch up in here somewhere. You don't have to have all those switches to the, all those wires coming from that door and all that stuff to make this work. You can just run you a little wire underneath, put it in somewhere up here. When you hit the button, that'll make your seat move forward and backward. Pretty simple, really. So, okay, let's rip that one off and get going with it. All right, this thing's pretty heavy to be so dang little. We'll drop it right in place. Nice. We need to scoot this one back. We'll go ahead and get these nuts in, or these bolts. That way we can slide this back into the front. All right, we got that baby snugged in now. You can see it needs to come way back. So we got a 12-volt battery, and I've got these little wires that plug into it. And so I had taken this, the plug that went from the wiring harness to the car, and put these little slide connector things on it so we can slide it straight into this battery and make it work. It was the middle motor, I'm pretty sure, which comes around to, I think, these top 2 prongs. But either way, plug it in, and it'll either work or it won't. All right, let's give this a little try and see if it'll move. Oh, that went forward. We need to go backwards. Here we go. See it moving back? It's probably going to kill my battery before it makes it all the way back. All right, that's all the way back. That worked out great. So we'll take this plug over to the other side and move that one back too. I think it's about back all the way it'll go. Dude, that worked out excellent so far. We've got those seats slid all the way back. What are you doing? Coming up here, get some tools, rebuild that truck back?
Yeah, I'm about to take my hood off.
Yeah? Once you fire it up and bring it on over here. Move the golf cart. I'll help you. Give me just a second, because if it slides, it'll bust your window. See, we got Ian's truck up in here. Not too bad, man. Like I said, they totaled it out for not much. Just this hood. The bull bar got the worst of it. I think that probably saved him. And the bumper right there. This headlight, it did break the mounting tab, so we're just going to get them some cool new headlights. Those were getting faded anyways. And I don't know if you can see it. We got it sitting over here in the scrap pile. See if we can zoom in front of the Crown Vic. Maybe it's sunny as heck, but we've got right there is his bumper and his hood. Looks just like this.
I'd say it's way lighter.
Yeah, let's go that way. We'll just set her down right here. Back with another little update to show you fellers what we got going on. You see we got that seat in there. That wasn't too bad at all, man. This part of it right here was about that much longer, so I had to cut that off right there and cut a few other little things. But it did work. We've got it attached to the to the stock bases to the Crown Vic seats. You can kind of see right there where there's a bar. It's inside here and it goes across. And then you can't really tilt this thing up. Oh, you can a little. Let's see. Can you see back here what we got going on? Let me try to see. It's not focusing in very well. But we've got like a 2x2 tube going across here. And these little back brackets are all setting on it and welded to it. And that is welded to the to that frame. But she's in there solid as hell, man. That thing's not going nowhere. You can slip right in. Man, I'm liking this no doors, Michael. I'm liking this no doors thing. It's easy just to slip in and out like a Jeep. But everything's looking pretty good so far. You can see, I wanted to show you guys what we got going on with here. I'm just trying to show you guys how you can use every piece from the Crown Vic if you want to do this job so it don't cost you nothing. But you can simply go get like a piece of diamond plate or another piece of transition strip or something to use right there if you want. But I've got these tan push tabs already, and these are the seals. This was to the front, that's to the back. This is what I'm doing to them. You can see how they step over like this. And I'm just running the grinder right here and cutting this top lip off. And then it ends up looking like this. It's just flat like that. And it works as a really good transition strip if you're just trying to be on a budget and finish that up. See how that looks? It'll go right there. And then I just drilled a hole, put these little tan push tabs in there, hold it down, looks good. I actually ran this under that on the other side, so it looks good all the way to the edge. And then I cut that and tucked it behind there, and I'll show you how it looks. See, it turned out like this. I just cut it, pushed it behind that little tab. Looks good enough, cleans it up. And the seats tilt and all. I don't know if I can do this with one hand, but you push that and they tilt. So that's pretty cool, and everything's moving along really good, man. But I just wanted to show you guys before I got that side sealed up over there how I'm doing this. And man, you might want to use that process too. If you're broke and on a budget like me. See, I just strapped her down right there. Ran that old grinding disc right there across it. And it's free. Looks good. And later on, if Michael, you want to get yourself a transition strip or something else cooler, it's no problem. You just pop that thing right up and run you a new piece there. So we're probably going to get that finished up today. I'm thinking about going ahead and getting that windshield in. We've already got it. I'd like to go ahead and do it before I put these doors on because you got to kind of come in and out, with the rope and moving back and forth. And with this door off, man, it's just easy to do the reach around here on the front and the back and work with it. So I might get Ian out here today. We might put that dang windshield in today. Not sure yet, but we might do that. Okay, let's get this sealed in. See, she's looking all right. And this is the part I told you. I just cut that end off, kind of shoved it back behind this little tab right there. And from up here, it looks pretty good. If you look at it real fast like this, like, dang, that looks pretty good, man. You open up the door and look in there real quick. Looks good. We've got all that sealed up now. Looking all right, man. Looking all right. We still got to do something around the top here. I've got a plan for that, but I don't got the tools for it right now or the material. So we're going to move on to the next project, which is, I don't know. I might get that glass up in here and start putting a seal on it because it's kind of aggravating. That's probably about the worst part of it. It's putting that dang seal all the way around that glass. We'll need to head over to the DG and get some glass cleaner. I like that foamy type stuff, that comes in like an aerosol can, not the spray Windex type stuff. Get the foamy crap. Okay, let's get the tools cleaned up from this job and start setting up for probably that windshield. All right, so I've had several of you guys ask about Lincoln and about the interior on Lincoln and if it was the same dash from the Lincoln interior like we're doing on this one, and it is. This is the very first one I did. I think it turned out really awesome, man. Probably one of the best ones that I've seen anybody doing these Crown Vic interiors. I'll bring you guys around here and show y'all what Lincoln looks like on the inside. I'm gonna need to move it out of the way. It's a little too close to this rail over here and I can't open the door all the way. So we'll hop on in, pull it up, and I'll give you guys a good walk around of how Lincoln turned out. All right, so this is what it's like sitting in the driver's seat. That's how my dash looks right there. I know some of the dashes don't turn out really well by the windshield, but my dash butts all the way up to it, up to that window sill right there. And it's nice and clean. There's no big hump. And it looks smooth as eggs. But let's get it fired up and I'll pull it around and give you all a better walk around look. Here's Lincoln. This is what we're looking like on the interior here. You can see on the side where this weird little gap was, I just took some foam poster board, actually from over there at the Dollar General store, that foamy poster board stuff. I used that and headliner material. That's the same headliner material that I used to do the headliner up there. It's kind of foamy also, so it has like a padded feel to it. And man, it did all right. It filled in that gap right there. You can see on the front, and I just tucked it under this little plastic piece. That plastic piece does, you know, flare out a little bit from there to there, so I did have to fill in that. But the rest of it filled in, you know, I showed you. I'm not sure if you can see from the glare of the windshield, but the dash does come all the way to that seal, man, and it looks nice and good. There's some of the shows we've been to. We went to LST in Texas, dropped out. That's a super cool show, man. If you guys haven't been to that in Knoxville, very cool show. Battle in Bama, dropped out again. And we go to all the F100 shows there in Pigeon Forge and Sevierville. Those are always awesome. You can see I filled in my door seal right there, just like I did Michael's. My piece is different. You know, his were individual pieces. You can see I still seamed it right there. That was the back door piece, and this was as far as it went on the front door. So I just kind of seamed them together, and it's been working for a year and a half. Those seat controls, I had to put them there. You know, they're in the door on the Lincoln Town cars and stuff like that. So I reran the wires, put it there. We cut a little hole in the side of the seat, and it's just kind of mounted in there. It's been working. Holds in pretty good. All the seat functions work. Heated leather seats, all that works. Well, see, it looks all right, man. I know everybody's got their own opinion and they don't like the interiors on these, but man, I've still got to do a few things. And actually, I've got a video coming up. We're going to be doing a video on Lincoln here pretty soon, man. There's a lot of things that I've been wanting to do to this truck that I haven't got to do because I've been working on other stuff, you know. I'm going to, under the hood stuff, I want to paint the engine cover, the new shock mounts, the valve covers. We're going to do all that stuff, paint it this color green, and I'm really excited about that. I also want to do a tilt bed on it. I'm thinking about putting bags back here on the back. I've seen dudes do that where the bed tilts up. I think that'd be pretty sweet, man. I've not seen one do that yet. I think she'll look pretty cool laid out, and just every once in a while, tilt that bed up a little bit. And at the red lights, man, it blows people away when I hit switches at the red lights. They love it. So yeah, we got several projects coming up for this one right here if you guys want to watch. The alternator light has been coming on. It actually stayed on the other day. I'm surprised we made it home. It's done it to me a couple times, and I just kept pushing it, and every once in a while the light would go off. But I don't drive it far, man. I just cruise around town, maybe like 4 miles up the road and back. So, man, I've got a list of stuff that we're going to be doing to this truck. New alternator, new battery, obviously, because that alternator has been causing us to drain down the battery. I don't like the whole wiring system. This was the first one I did, and the way that I wired it up, and I used one of those cheap relays. I don't like the relays that I used on this. We're going to be using one of those Stinger relays like we did on Chucky's truck. Those things are heavy duty, man. And his compressors air up so fast. It's like 1 PSI per second. So a full from empty all the way to a full tank, 180 PSI is a minute and a half, you know. Pretty quick to get that filled up. So we're going to be changing out the whole wiring. I'm going to rip all that wiring out that went to those to the compressors, put in new, better wiring, new relays, and get this thing ready for car show season coming up. You can see there, it's got the raised bed on it right there. I just went around the edge and cut the, dang, sorry, man, it's bright as heck out here. It's blinding me. But I went around the edge and just cut all the way around the edge with the plasma cutter and then raise this bed up to the height that I want. Threw some 1x1 tube framing in there, set it back down, and it turned out all right. It is dirty as heck, so you guys have to overlook it. I need to wash it. She's just been chilling over here. And this is my gas hole. You guys, if ever want to see my gas hole, that's what it looks like right there. And then we just got that sealed in right here. It's sealed in. We use that Raptor liner stuff and just covered it. It's good and durable. Serves its purpose. It makes a good little spot to just chill at the car shows, man, or at the Cars and Coffees. If you just want to chill for a minute, drop the tailgate, perfect setting height. And it works really good, man. You can throw an umbrella down in the little pocket right here, pop it up for some shade. But yeah, I like it. It's been doing really good. This has been an awesome truck. I'll show y'all over here to the passenger side, and then we'll wrap up the viewing of Lincoln here. That's how it looks on the passenger side. Same thing. Got my speakers just flopped up in there, and there's some bungee straps. I need to get one of those speaker pods like we did in Chucky's truck and put in right here, man. Those things are awesome. Same thing with the seat controls. Put it on that seat. That's how she's looking. And then that baby's all the way on the ground. You can't get any lower than that. Let me see if I can get you an angle. Those rockers are sitting on the ground. Sometimes we pull up at the car shows and I drop it down we can't get the door open because the grass is too thick or there's a little hump right there. I got to raise it back up. Got her bumper all the way on the ground back here. See that? This side right here is curled out. I don't know if you can tell from this, but we went to the F100 takeover after dark there in Pigeon Forge, and everybody was doing burnouts leaving the Hard Rock Cafe. Well, me and Corey didn't do burnouts. We drug some sparks. I got some spark blocks under there, so I was dragging it. I think I hit a manhole cover, kind of ripped my damn bumper back a little bit. But it's all good. It's all good. Looks cool. We'll get that pulled back in also probably this weekend whenever we start doing all the little upgrades and stuff we want to do to this one. Okay, I hope that gives you guys an idea of a way that you can fill that in and how it can look. And I hope you guys like my truck. If not, it's all good. I like it. Now I'll show you guys under the hood. We got to pull our little hood pin. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this in the past, but I've got those on my website there. Nice little safety device, man. I had a hood fly up once, smashed into my damn windshield, folded the damn hood up like a taco. Never want that to happen again. So we installed one of those. And this is what we got going on under here. We got the 4.6, and of course that's the firewall from the Crown Vic. We did the same thing like we're doing to Michael's truck right there. So stepping on in, you can see we got the tires fully exposed. We've got our AC box. We've got everything going on, but it just looks so dull under here, guys. You know what I'm saying? Chucky's, Corey's, everybody else's looks so awesome. So we're going to paint this cover green like the truck, the valve covers, our upper shock mounts, and the lower shock mount down there probably will paint it too. I still haven't painted those things. I'm surprised they're not more rusted than that. Those are the ones I've been riding around testing on for a long time. That's how she looks in there. You can see the little hood pin we've got right there. That thing just comes down, goes into that hole. You put a little pin in it like that, and man, saves your hood from flying up while going down the road. All right, now let's get back to work on Michael's truck. Well, all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. You see, again, we got a bunch of stuff accomplished. We got that interior thrown in. We're getting closer and closer every day. I just want to say thank you so much for all the support, guys. Man, the last videos, you guys have been sharing them and liking them and subscribing to me, man. I really appreciate it, dudes. I really appreciate all the support. It's been awesome. And I'm going to try to keep the videos coming and entertaining for y'all. We've got all kinds of cool projects coming up with Chucky's truck. We've got the 64 out there. We're going to be doing some upgrades to Lincoln coming up soon. We've got the hard body project coming up. And who knows what else we got going on, man. There's always stuff coming up. So again, if you're watching the video and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Head on over to the website, man. Get yourself a smooth as eggs t-shirt like this one, or heck, get one for your buddy. And like always, if you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs up button anyways. Thanks for watching.